Now joined by Mark Burkardt, head coach of the Greater Latrobe Wildcats girls basketball team, as his team preparing for the 5A playoffs. Coach, congratulations. I know you played without some of your key players for periods of time this year, but again, a terrific regular season, 17-3. What were the biggest recipes for success?
I just think the versatility of the girls. As you said, I believe we only had 7 games where we had our top 6 together out of the 20. Before the last few, it's probably 10 games now that we had the top 6 together, and we had girls like Josie Stragus come in, Carly Burke, and Camille Dominic being able to play both the post and guard position, and it just made it easier from night to night to be able to stay up with the grind of section play.
You have 3 losses, but they're against 3 really good teams. Obviously, you look at a team like Indiana and then Chartiers Valley, maybe the cream of the crop in the entire WPIAL, and then McKeesport in section play in the second meeting. What did you take from those setbacks that might help you going forward?
I think that anytime you lose, you either learn, you either win or you learn, as we like to say. So when we lost those games, we took a lot from them. In the Indiana game, we went a stretch where we didn't score for 3 or 4 minutes. In the McKeesport game, we just struggled offensively. And the Char game, we had a period where we actually played them very competitive most of the game. We got all the shots we wanted in the second quarter, but we just couldn't make any of them. And when you do that against a team of that caliber, it's very hard to come back. But I think the girls learn from all those situations. We're trying to cut down the times when we have a 2 or 3 minute period where we get too many empty possessions and aren't able to score. So I think they've learned from that, and especially since the McKeesport loss might have been the best thing that happened to us, actually.
I know it's not new, but size has been a real asset for your team. That was the case last year. It's the case again this year with Anna Rafferty and Emma Blair and even Camille Dominic. How much do you like to utilize that presence inside?
Well, as I say, Sean, I'm a dinosaur. I don't fall in love with the three-point line. We'll use it, but when you have girls who have strength and size, our goal is to get them the ball first if we can, and it's not a secret. If you watch any of the beginning of our games, that's what we try to set the tone with, to get the ball inside. And then that complements the outside game, because now those girls are going to get double and triple team, and it leaves people like Ellie Snyder and Camille and Bailey open to get some good looks on the outside.
And you talk about Ellie Snyder. She is a sophomore. You also have freshmen contributing. Seems like you have a really good mix between the classes. Seniors contributing, obviously juniors, all the way down to freshmen. Is that a positive for this year and beyond?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to lose Anna and Bailey, which are big losses, but they're not devastating losses. We've played without Anna when she was injured for 4 or 5 games there. The key is going to be to replace Bailey in the future, to have somebody be able to run the show and handle the ball, run the team as well as she's done this year.
Talking to Mark Burkardt, head coach for the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. So last year was definitely a breakthrough year for your program, and now you're seemingly a contending team once again in 5A. The fact that you made a postseason run last year, will that pay dividends for this team?
Oh, I believe so. When you get to the postseason and you go through that, they learn from that. And even the season, the games we had this season, there were games where we were down, and a few of those games last year we were down in the last 5 minutes and were able to come back and win those games. So I think any time that happens and you play on the big stage, when you go there the next time, it isn't so daunting as it was the previous time.
I had already mentioned the sterling record, the 3 losses out of your 20 games coming to top competition, and yet you get the number 7 seed in what's an absolutely stacked 5A bracket. What was your expectation and then your reaction when you saw the seedings?
It didn't surprise me. You're called Westmoreland Sports, and we know how the WPIAL treats Westmoreland Sports. I've seen it with our boys program for years. We don't get the same respect that they get in Allegheny County. So I was thinking we were going to be 6 or 7, and we ended up 7. And I'm fine with that. I like the side of the bracket we're on. I like the matchups that we have over there, because eventually you have to go through everybody if you want to be the champion anyway.
The first team you'll have to go through, the Mars Fighting Planets, the number 10 seed. Now, you'll be the host for that matchup, but that's a pretty accomplished program with a very accomplished head coach. What stands out about the Fighting Planets?
I've seen them a few times, and I was actually going to be watching a lot of tape of them coming up. They have a nice mix like we do, you were talking about. They have, I believe, 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a freshman that start for them. And they have Olivia Donnelly is a junior. She plays sort of guard forward, and she's a very accomplished player. And what can you say about Coach Petruska? I mean, she's done it all. I think she's won 500 games I saw lately. I used to run into her occasionally in the summer when she was at Deer Lakes, and they'll just be extremely well coached and ready to go. So we have to be prepared when we come in there on Tuesday night.
Well, Mark, thank you for taking the time to do this. Congratulations on another great regular season, and go make a postseason run once again.
Thank you, Sean, and thanks for all you do for the Westmoreland sports.